I recently did a poll where I asked you all what would be the next paint set you'd like me to review, and the big winner of that poll was the QOR Mini Half Pan set of 12. So that's what we're going to review today. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit special. So this is not your typical unboxing video. We're going to be doing some fun color combinations to create some actual paintings with these paints, because in my opinion, that's the best way to test out a new paint set, is to paint with it, right? So let's get into it. All right, this set came in a nice little box. I love the packaging. It really shows off what's inside. It does come with a brush out chart, and you can tell that they really spent some time designing their metal set. It's a lot different from your typical. If you compare this to my Sennelier set of 12, you can see that this is kind of the typical metal pan style of paints, and you've got these metal tabs that hold the little half pans in. It's probably pretty affordable for the manufacturers to make something like this, because you could easily buy some wholesale product and just slap your label on it and you're good to go. But QOR actually took their time and did their own design of their own metal pan, which I admire. I appreciate the work that goes into that. And you can see they've got these fun little circular smooth cutouts for you to mix your paint colors in. And this is really interesting because it's actually silicone, which is different from any other set I've ever seen. The nice thing about this is that each of those little half pans sits very snugly inside of there. That said, you do have to watch out because the cakes do fall out if you're not careful. So make sure that you close it before tipping it upside down. I learned that the hard way. Now, I went ahead and already used the swatch chart to create my swatches of the colors. Unfortunately, I didn't even see the letters until after I did them. You can see on the swatch chart, it has all the letters on it. And I didn't realize that the paint set actually has a coordinating set of letters. If you look closely, you can see the letters A, B, C, D, E, and so on. And I completely missed that. Whoops. Oh well, we're gonna take it to the next level and create a color wheel with all of these colors. And then we're gonna have some fun painting some color combination portraits, just testing out how these colors mix and play together. So I'm gonna be making this color wheel inside of my Kilimanjaro watercolor paper journal. This is 140-pound cotton cold pressed watercolor paper, and I haven't really used this yet, so we're gonna have some fun with it. For my color wheel, I marked the color name, pigment number, and light fast rating. All of this info can be easily found on the back of the QOR palette. QOR Watercolors are made by Golden Artist Colors, a brand that has been around since 1980 and is most famous for its range of acrylics. QOR watercolor paints are actually quite new. The brand was started in 2014 and now manufactures 83 high-intensity colors. As I was creating my color chart, I noticed something strange that I'd never seen before. On a couple of the colors, the light fast rating just said NA, or not applicable. Wait, what? So I immediately Googled it. I found an article written by Sarah Sands on the justpaint.org website. This blog just so happens to be published by the Golden Artist Colors, the manufacturers of QOR. I'll leave a link in the description so you can read the article if you're interested. Now, apparently the NA light fast rating was put on the paints because some of the pigments being used in these colors were not yet rated by the American Society for Testing and Materials, and we're still in the process of finishing up several rounds of tests that would allow them to be submitted for approval. Now, I don't know if this means my set of paints was an old one, manufactured back in 2014 or 2015. I'm curious to know if the new boxes will have the new ratings on them. Either way, according to this article, the test results for these NA colors actually look really good. All of them have either a light fast rating of 1 or 2. As I swatched my colors, I noticed immediately that the paint activates and lifts very easily from the pans. That's always a huge plus for me. The paints are very vibrant. They flow really well, and they just perform exactly how you would expect a professional paint to perform. By testing my paints over a Sharpie line, I could see that most of the colors in this set are transparent or semi-transparent. The cadmium yellow primrose is semi-opaque, but that's to be expected with a cadmium color. All of them are single pigment colors except for Payne's Gray and Sap Green, both of which are almost universally accepted as mixed pigment colors across all the different brands. The selection is perfect in my opinion. In a set of 12, I love to see 2 sets of primaries warm and cool. Here, the phthalo blue, cadmium yellow primrose, and quinacridone magenta serve as my cool primaries, and the pyrrole red medium, nickel azo yellow, and ultramarine blue serve as my warm primaries. I have the secondary colors as well, my gorgeous dioxazine purple, sap green, and transparent pyrrole orange, and my mixers transparent brown oxide, burnt umber, and a gorgeous dark with Payne's Gray. You really couldn't ask for a more versatile selection. Now on to my next experiment, painting some portraits using fun color combinations. For my first portrait, I chose analogous colors, which are closer to each other on the color wheel, ultramarine blue and quinacridone magenta. The magenta is made from PR 122. It waters down to a gorgeous pale pink, perfect for subtle skin tones. It's transparent, non-granulating, staining, and has an excellent light fast rating. Ultramarine blue, PB29, is a semi-transparent, granulating, semi-staining pigment, also with an excellent light fast rating. When combined, these two colors create the most luscious purple. In fact, I had to be careful if I wanted more pure versions of my blue and pink to just keep cleaning my brush in between, because the two colors, they're like love-struck teenagers. They can't keep their hands off each other. Now, I should mention something else that is very special about QOR Watercolors. Most watercolors are made with gum arabic or honey for their binder. QOR is made with a unique binder called Aquazol. According to QOR's website, this material has been used since the early 90s by art conservators as an adhesive, consolidant, and in-painting medium. It's highly soluble in water and remains resoluble over time. It also stays stable after accelerated light aging tests with no significant change in color, and it's very safe to work with. The new binder can apparently hold much greater amounts of pigment than the same amount of gum arabic, while retaining a strong and flexible paint film, so this would explain the incredible vibrancy of these QOR paint colors. For my second portrait, I decided to try a combination of complementary colors, transparent pyrrole orange and phthalo blue. The orange is gorgeous. It might actually be a great substitute for my favorite Winsor Newton transparent orange. Made with PO71, it is transparent, non-granulating staining, and has a very good light fast rating. The QOR Phthalo Blue Green shade is actually the only QOR color I have in my regular 18 color palette. It's just the most gorgeous blue. It's made with PB15-3, it's semi-transparent, non-granulating, staining, and has a very good light fast rating. When mixed together, the blue and orange can create anything from an earthy green to a rich dark brown, perfect for the dark hair and features on this portrait. Now, I should probably mention that, like with any products on the market, there are mixed opinions about QOR watercolor paints. One blog post I read by Tanya on scratchmadejournal.com was actually kind of critical. She felt that they were overpriced, especially compared to other more established professional brands like Daniel Smith or even M. Graham. And speaking of price, right now this set is $69.99 on Blick's website, which to me, for a set of 12 half pans, professional quality, that's about right. If you look at the Sennelier set of 12, which is my other favorite set of half pans, that one is currently $73.01 on Blick. So I think they're fairly comparable. However, this blogger does describe the colors as looking initially very vibrant, but as they dried, she thought they looked flat or even a little bit cloudy. Now, I'm not a pigment expert, so I didn't observe any dramatic differences between my dry painting made with QOR paints and any of my paintings made with other brands. So I don't know, I'm just not seeing it. But then there was another review. This one was by John Salmonen on Artist Network, and he really loved his experience with QOR watercolor paints. He was especially impressed by the strength of the darks with no light patches or shiny hot spots. He thought the QOR watercolors had excellent color strength, but could also create subtle, rich neutrals. So as always, take these product reviews with a grain of salt. The best way to decide if you love something is simply to try it for yourself. Alright, for my final portrait, I went with complementary colors again. This time I used my Pyrrole Red Medium and Sap Green. The Pyrrole Red Medium is made with PR254. It is semi-opaque, non-granulating, staining, and has an excellent light fast rating. It's your perfect Christmas or fire engine red. Sap Green is a triple pigment mix of PG36, PR101, and PY150. It is transparent, non-granulating, staining, and has an excellent light fast rating. This experiment with red and green definitely could have gone all wrong, but I was delighted by the lovely browns that I could create by mixing these two colors. The red watered down to a soft pink, and the yellow in the sap green kind of offset that red enough to help prevent the portrait from just looking like she was really sunburned. I also took this set out for a quick plein air painting excursion and was able to use the brilliant Nickel Azo Yellow for those October trees in downtown Boulder, Colorado, and the combo of Payne's Gray and Cadmium Yellow Primrose also made a lovely green that worked well for my foliage. All told, I really liked this set. I think it's one I'll be reaching for again and again. It's pretty amazing how you can actually make someone look human without actually using skin tones. Ultimately, the colors really don't matter, but it sure is fun playing with different combinations to create different effects. Let me know in the comments which color combination was your favorite. I had so much fun with this, and I didn't even come close to all the different color combinations that are possible with a set of 12. Overall, I had a great time playing with these paints today. Let me know in the comments too if there are any other paint sets you'd like to see me review, and I'd be happy to do that. If color mixing is something that still confuses you, be sure to check out my pet colors guide in the description below. It's a free PDF book. Using just 6 colors, you can make any color of any pet imaginable. It's totally free. I'll leave a link in the description so you can download that PDF below. Check out this next video. It's my review of the Van Gogh versus the Winsor Newton Cotman watercolor sets. I'll see you over there.